And welcome to Clown 101. With me are my co-hosts, usually Tevia and Nick, and we have Ren Grayson. Tevia, Nick, and Ren, you guys can introduce yourselves in any order you like.
I am Ren Krypton, Ren Grayson mainly. I have a couple of channels. Thank you for having me.
I'm Ted's brother. I do review video game, movies, comics, and I just watched my American Made, a great movie, and let's get this party started.
I'm Nick Lenz from the channel Nick Lenz, and I review movies, TV shows, novels, comics, and anime.
And today we're talking about Marvel Legacy since it just officially came out. And let's try to stack the rebirth and our expectations. And right now, Tom Brever just came out with a statement about Voyager, the next big character that we will eventually remember. I guess he's entry. Or at least that's what he came to the motive. In fact, here, let me give you guys the link. Anyway, so yeah. This is just with other people's ideas and things. So here it is, and you guys can just tell me what your thoughts about this Voyager. Right now, it seems like they're trying to redo the Century, only female.
Alright. Huh. Interesting.
Remember in 2008, Paul Jenkins came out with the Century saying the Century's been there since the beginning of the Golden Age, but we all forgot him because he erased the world's memories of him.
Yeah, because of the void aspect.
See, the thing about the Century is he's a weird character.
Last I saw him, he went off to space to take away a body of a celestial.
Didn't he die?
No, he came back. And
he was only dead for 2 years. Came back and recommended us to Kenny Avengers. And then he, decided after this celestial as the executioner, body off into space, and he was never seen again.
Oh.
Yeah.
Saw him.
Like I said, he came back during the Unity Squad, and apparently the Apocalypse Twins resurrected him.
This happened in Recommenders of Indie Avengers. This was roughly about 4 years ago. This was?
Yeah. Wait, is Remember even still a part of Marvel?
I'm not sure.
I know. No, he is not. He works at Image and does Black Science.
Okay, because I know all the better writers they had, like Matt Fraction, Jonathan Hickman, Ed Brubaker, all left, and that's kind of a shame. Jason Aaron was still good. Myself with the 1 million BC Avengers is just, it felt a little weird looking at it.
It felt it felt pretty more like a one shot than an actual part of the story. Like, right, what you been on the 1 million BC stuff?
I did not read that at all.
You didn't? Huh.
I don't catch up with because it's too much for me.
Yeah, they did this. It just basically they did this thing where apparently 1 million BC, where they had the Avengers. Apparently, it had somebody else who was not Thor actually carrying Mjolnir. They had Black Panther.
Oh, you mean like the ones from the Legacy one shot right now? We have?
Yeah, Legacy one shot.
Mm-hmm. So basically, they're trying to
yeah. They had versions. Well, yeah, Odin leading the team. Yeah, versions of Black Panther, Doctor Strange,
Phoenix.
I was trying to figure out who that.
I like a model degree.
I mean the Phoenix.
I've heard this team is referred to as Avengers of 1 million BC. This is what I've heard it's been referred to as. Promoted as this particular team. So basically, Jason Aaron just created another past version of the Avengers before the actual team Avengers form, because this makes makes the third team of past versions of Avengers prior to the Stan Lee Jack Kirby team formed. Because first we had the Avengers of 1959 in the second volume of New Avengers. Then it was the Avengers of the 1970s, Al Oren created these guys in the pages of Mighty Avengers during Original Sin, when they're led by Luke Cage's father in the Battle of Vampires in the 70s.
Wait, wasn't one of them also had Sabretooth and Nick Fury and Dum Dum Dugan in it? I'm trying to figure out which one that one was.
I don't know.
1959. That consists of Nick Fury, Dum Dum Dugan, Sabretooth, Kraven the Hunter for some reason, Silver Sable's father. I'm trying to think. I think it was. I don't remember who else was part of that group. It was mostly a lot of men. I think like one woman. The 70s version of the Avengers had Blade part of the lineup. Blade, Luke Cage's father, the woman Bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's from, get this, she's from Karen Gillian's Iron Man run.
Oh, wasn't that the one that at the?
Yeah, get this. She was a bear that was in the early 1900s. She was an actual bear, and she was turned into a woman in the early 1900s by aliens.
What? When did have a Stone Age? Wait.
Yes, now Marvel's saying the Avengers always existed, even in caveman days. The Avengers were always there.
Well, it's like what they said in the movies too. If you remember the movies, Nick Fury said, "You think you're the only superheroes around?" I mean, we found out Hank Pym was a thing.
No, these are heroes, but we didn't say Avengers. But from this book, saying Avengers always existed, but that's kind of
that's just like saying, "Oh, there's always been the Justice League, but we're not going to tell you guys about them until."
TSA, Justice League America.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No. Believe that one is just the fact that I can believe there was always heroes around because we will always know there's heroes around. The thing is, it's kind of weird because the ancient one I think that was supposed to be the ancient one for the 1 million BC heroes.
Mentor.
Yeah, that would make sense. But they said Agamotto at the actual body. When did Agamotto do that? I don't remember.
First of all, Agamotto is not
there was a character called Agamotto himself. He actually he showed up during, I believe it was the first arc of New Avengers.
Interesting.
No, wait, I think that was Hogarth.
He fought Dr. Voodoo, and they both died, and then Dr. Voodoo came back during Access.
Yeah, I thought that was Hogarth the Tiger that did that.
Yeah, but here's kind of the weird thing. Dr. Voodoo still thinks he's the Sorcerer Supreme, even though Doctor Strange is Sorcerer Supreme now. It's very weird.
Didn't Voodoo die?
Yeah, they brought him back.
Yeah, he did die. He was dead
brought him back during Access to stop Wanda.
Oh.
He was dead for 4 years, and then he came back.
Actually, yeah, he wasn't even Sorcerer Supreme for all that long.
I think the Sorcerer Supreme for roughly 1 year. 1 year Sorcerer Supreme, while most times it's been Doctor Strange.
Yeah, because last time I remember.
BC Avengers, don't we have Ghost Rider on that team as well? Which is another weird thing.
Yes, they formed a new Avengers.
That was a Native American version, and I believe she's from the 1700s.
Yeah, there's always been Ghost Riders running around. That's always been established.
The thing is, we know.
Yeah, that was established that was established by Jason Aaron himself.
Yeah, we know there's always been a Ghost Rider. You know, a lot of people think, this is the first one. No, there's always been one. There was Carter Slade, and it goes beyond that. It's just Marvel has like.
I mean, if you want to thank somebody who expanded the whole idea of more than 1 or 2 Ghost Riders, you gotta thank Jason Aaron for his run for Ghost Rider for doing that.
Yep.
I think that's pretty cool. Because it's a demon. A demon can be around for centuries.
Actually, the one thing I hate is that Nick Spencer and them are devaluing Sam as Captain America, and he's going back to Falcon, which I think that's a downgrade. He's doing great.
I'll just say this: Nick Spencer hated the fact that this is the fact, no bullshit, no fucking bullshit. It was literally almost every goddamn fucking issue, and where I'm gonna say this: I'm not looking forward to reviewing it, but I'll just say this. He hated the idea of having him becoming Captain America. I felt it was a bit racist, not only for the character, but just like, oh, wait, so we can't have a black character.
On racism, though. It could be other things. I mean, I'm pretty sure he didn't know there was already a black Captain America. Come on.
Yeah.
There was one that predated him. His name was Josiah X. He was the grandfather of the of the first character in modern day known as Patriot, the one who's one of the lead.
Edgar.
Best friends.
Again, no. Let me say, go on this. But you wouldn't have it like every fucking goddamn issue. You're not Captain America. You're not Captain America, and it's shoved down your fucking piece of shit throat. And it's like, you know what? And it's like, you know what? Fuck you. I hated that fact. He did a great job with the Steve Rogers book, but I'm like, God damn, you had to literally fucking go out of your fucking goddamn way to make the characters go divert back. It's fucking ridiculous, seriously. I mean, like, I got so sick of it. You know, part of me, I didn't want to even read the book, and I'm not looking forward to reading that book because, you know, I'm going to plan to review every Captain America issue, and that's on it, but it's just like, God damn.
Oh, yes, he made it a point when he said he got the U.S. agent to basically say to his face, "You will never be Captain America."
That really fucking insults me. That really pissed me off. And, you know, I'll just say this. There was one good issue that I liked, and that was the Rhodey issue. And I still wish Tony Stark would have been in it, but hell, that's just how I fucking say it. But the fact is, like, this guy, is he still doing Captain America? I mean, like,
Spencer? No, he's not doing Captain America.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to Spider-Man run.
Wait, is that confirmed?
You mean
that's like he's taking on Spider-Man.
Oh, he's taking
that's the rumor. That's the rumor, actually. Rumor. And
are you sure it's a rumor?
It's kind of it's looking more like that because they're still trying to be a little vague on it. But they're talking about 2018 or 2019. That's what he's hinting at.
I think they're trying to negotiate right now who can write what for now because they're still 2017. They're still in processes of renewing contracts.
That's true.
Right now, I'll just say this. Right now, we know Dan Slott's going to leave no matter what.
After 800.
After 800. I said it once. I said it again. After 800, he's got to be done. He's just like, how much more can you go with this character?
No. They already say he's going out the door. He's doing something else. He's doing
Thank God.
No.
I don't know what he's gonna write.
No. Guess what I heard? What if he's still gonna do Spider-Man, but it's gonna be the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man book?
Damn it.
He really has
it's gonna be under another title.
Yeah, exactly. So again, I feel like he's still going to do Spider-Man, but it's going to be separate than The Amazing. So I think people would kind of like won't be
angry.
Yeah, more angry than ever. But you know, just like to me, with Marvel, this is my problem with Marvel right now. Like Legacy set the stone for great things to happen, but a lot of like scratching your head, like what the fuck is this point of this whole entire thing?
Oh no, actually, I was saying this in the comment section. Why didn't they just call this Generations? Because the Generations books was more like a legacy, since the characters actually hung out with their legacy.
That is
this should have been
all pointless, except for one.
No.
This should be Generations because they're generational heroes, not the actual legacy characters.
The reason why they did it is just because it's fucking Marvel. But the problem is with Marvel is I didn't like how they literally going out of their way to bring back Wolverine. And it's like, okay.
Phoenix is 616 for some reason.
Yeah.
From what we're seeing, he's coming back because of Infinity Stone brought him back.
Way more confusing. I thought Old Wolverine was dead.
Yeah.
He wasn't dead. He was just suffocated.
Yeah, exactly. He was suffocated.
It was the hint that he was already.
He doesn't have any factor anymore. The Gypsy woman took it away from him.
That's true. But
Richards did say if you keep extracting your claws, the bacteria is going to affect your bloodstream and give you a heart attack.
That is true. Yep. That is that one. It was in that one future where Logan had a heart attack, so that could still happen again. But I kind of feel like, okay, now you brought him back. Are you going to have him be as Wolverine again?
What's down to Old Man Logan?
No. I don't want him to come back because then it devalues Old Man Logan because he's a way better Wolverine. Plus, he's more experienced in life. He's more chilled and not ready to go out and just kill people.
Wait a minute.
Dude. I think he's
Why
going
do
to
I feel-
kick the butt.
No,
I
why
think
do I
he's going
feel?
to kick the bucket. I think
Okay, they're gonna give him a Steve Rogers treatment when he became young again.
that's the thing I was saying.
No, but he's
Oh,
better
really?
off as a chilled old guy. He had more experience, and plus
Yeah.
during IVX, he was the one that said, he was even the one that brought up that, if you don't take care of Lockjaw, Emma Frost's plan was going to get ruined.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody
he knows better than everybody else. I mean, this shows he's like a combat veteran. Like, hey, we did this before. Aren't you guys learning?
Why are you going to learn from your mistake? Why are you trying to eat with Cyclops?
Wolverine could be a good leader for the X-Men.
Why is Geek coming back? That's another
because the fucking movie's coming out.
Because of Phoenix.
No, because all right, from what I heard, because my uncle's like, he's from the '80s. He read when it first came out, the Dark Phoenix Saga story. He informed me that yes, that Phoenix Force is a copy of Jean Grey. It's not Jean Grey herself.
Oh,
copy. The real Jean
So
Grey.
that version of the
that was something
was
that
the real
Tom
Jean
Byrne
Grey.
came up with. Where
The real Jean Grey is still around, but they didn't reveal body, they didn't reveal anything. It's just the Phoenix Force was being her.
But didn't she die?
Oh, so she's still in the hot.
like Wolverine, who had been dead for 3 years, has been dead for 13 years.
Been what?
Jean supposedly dead for 13 years. Go on.
Oh. But here's my question. Didn't OG Jean Grey die in Grant Morrison's X-Men run?
Yeah, she did.
That's a. We don't know if that's a real one or not.
I mean,
Actually,
honestly,
she's probably still in the White Hot Room. It's probably there.
Yeah, could be.
We won't find out until
I'll just say.
until
Also, I want to say
December.
this.
So,
I'll just say this.
when you-
Let me say this. This is the one. There's many things I scratch my head on Legacy. Number one, why is this big powerful what is this big powerful villain where Loki's trying to revive? That Thor, the original Thor, and the first Avenger team fought, and I'm
You mean
like,
the Celestial?
yeah, the Celestial. Are they going to try to set this thing up for a massive fucking event? Mute your goddamn mic, Tevia.
sorry.
All right. Mute the mic. It's that simple.
Sorry.
All right, thanks. Thank you. But I'll just say this. The problem is with Legacy is they set up too much. They set up things out, good things, but it set up a lot of problems, like 616 Wolverine, which I'm like, okay, that just devalues the fucking everything now. Because what's the whole point of bringing?
They're doing a big change towards everything.
That's a thing where I may not be a big fan of, because we're gonna bring back X-23 back to what she was. And
I told you that's gonna happen.
I didn't thought
Rebirth. It's Rebirth.
Yeah, so I told Timmy it's like a rebirth thing going on. Right now,
it's Rebirth. The problem is Marvel's doing it terribly, where everybody who had good character development is getting downgraded, and it's like, what was the point in the first place?
It's because they're listening to the new fans. They're listening to the new fans that are hating this shit.
Exactly.
Bucky was a great Captain America.
Wolverine.
No, it's not just.
Bucky was great.
And then how long was he Captain America? Not even that long, wasn't he?
No, not that long.
For Bendis' New Avengers run, and then Matt Fraction basically got rid of him.
Yeah, exactly. And it's another thing. I just feel I've been dreaming the day for X-23 becoming the new Wolverine, or just having.
But I wasn't gonna last this long because.
What?
Hello, fans. The new fans who are too much into adding their political bullshit on the comics.
Yeah.
SJW.
Oh, she's a female. We don't like this. It's like.
I'll be right back, guys.
Go.
All these comics, they all have titles. They're all titles. It's the same thing with DC Comics. Titles. Anybody can pick up the title if they're worthy enough.
Well, actually, that's the one thing I never understood is why did Thor give up his name when his name is not a title? It's just his name.
Well, it is a title because his father was the first Thor.
Yeah, that's basically what they're trying. I guess that's what they're add on to it because he had the hammer.
He had the hammer.
Yeah, but it's kind of confusing when you give up your name. Your name is also the title. It's like
Yeah,
you could just be called Thor.
But
Who knows?
Here's the thing. It's just like I mean, like Thor, like wherever you have the hammer, you're Thor. That's point blank. That's what the point of what they're trying to go.
Wasn't he like a human guy first in the originally?
I think
Blake?
so, yeah.
Yeah, Donald Blake. Then it became Eric Masterson. Then his son. That was Jane Foster. It's like it's kind of weird with them. Actually, another thing I was kind of finding weird was they're setting up another Avengers roster. Loki is going to eventually become Sorcerer Supreme, and apparently Norman Osborn is going to do what Doctor Doom did. Is going to become the next Doctor Doom of magic. I don't even know what's going on with Victor himself because his run just ended.
I don't know, but I find it interesting that the whole time the story's being told, it's from the Richards kids.
Richard, she wants to come back. Her family, which people thinking it's Marvel, saying no, they have to stay in the unknown because no one needs the Fantastic
They're still working
Four.
things
That's
out
like,
right now. They're still working things out right now.
Actually, that's what I think their comment was with Johnny Storm. He was saying, does the world even need the Fantastic Four or old timers like them? I feel like that's a comment saying, does the world Marvel comics still need Fantastic Four since Marvel can't use them in their movies?
And also, again, I feel like what they're trying to do with Fantastic Four is like if they know the Fantastic Four brand is so fucking damaged, it's like it's really fucked up. I mean, Marvel would have to, in my opinion, Marvel would have to do either a movie or a TV show, whichever the case. It's gonna have to be that, and have a massive improvement of the brand because it's so far tainted of that Fox's bullshit. And I'm gonna say this right now, I'm getting a little literally tired of Fox's bullshit on where they're going on the X-Men. I don't know how you guys feel on the whole having a new Wolverine or a young Wolverine.
I'm against that completely.
Actually, here's the thing. Fox knows they can make money off the X-Men. They know they can sort of make money off the Fox. I think they're trying to see if they can get a deal like what Sony did with Spider-Man. And it's wait Marvel out to try to make a...
So Fox is not losing any money off of this, though, compared to Sony. That's the problem right there. If they were losing money that much as Sony was, and they're relying on, let's say, the console, yeah, sure, they can do the deal. But right now, Fox can't do the deal. They're greedy.
Fox still makes money off the X-Men alone. Like, they just came out with, what was the new thing called Powers or something, where it's the X-Men, but they just didn't give it the X-Men name, but they use mutants.
Gifted.
Like Fox...
It's coming on Monday.
Yeah, like Fox can still make money off the X-Men brand alone, and they know that. I don't know what they're doing with Fantastic Four because they're really trying to screw.
They're trying to take their time on the right because they have about, I think last I checked, about 6 or 7 years left of the contract.
I'll just say this.
What am I going again? Did they destroy the plane?
Oh no! Let me say this. I want Fantastic Four back to being Marvel. You want to know why? There's one character that is an Avengers villain that I'm like, see that because he could be a massive great villain. Kang. Yeah. And he think about a villain that's from a time traveler trying to fix the future, but also want to conquer the present day. How would that be like? How awesome would that be for the Marvel Cinematic Universe? It would just be fucking awesome. And plus, you could go multiple versions.
Here's one thing I want to introduce. I was gonna say here's one thing I want to see in the Marvel Cosmic lineup: Galactus in a Guardians movie or a future movie, Silver Surfer movie.
Yes,
we can't have that.
I'll just say this: if you throw in Galactus versus Thor, I'm done. I'm fucking done. That's like literally.
But we can't have it.
I know.
Like with Marvel, they can't do a Hulk movie because Universal Studios still have rights.
That's again. I'm gonna say this right now. I'm not really happy that Hulk's shoved in just because they can't do a movie about him. It really hurts and really kind of gives off like, what's the whole point of him? Because he's, in my opinion, the only character that doesn't have a fucking trilogy out of the original, out of the Avengers team. I mean, like you can do a great story with Hulk. You can do a good and compelling Hulk story. It's just, I mean, I feel like this studio doesn't fucking care now. They've realized, well, Incredible Hulk didn't do so hot. Why should we do another one? I mean, it's just how things go, and that's how fucking reality is.
Right. What does Universal Studios do exactly? Because I know they don't have a lot of rides or anything left, so why are they still holding out to the Hulk?
Because they're
not doing it.
Well, that's the thing where they know where Marvel is making money, therefore some of the money goes to them. So that's why they're doing. Same thing with Sony with Spider-Man. Spider-Man made a lot of money and with his new film, and that's why they're still working with Marvel, even though
Venom movie.
That's
taking place in the I'd say that takes place in the Sonyverse. It's like what Fox doing, what they're trying to make Doctor Doom and all these other movies using their properties, even though you can't get them in the Marvel universe.
I'll just say this: you can do a good. I'm saying there is source material that you can do a good Doctor Doom movie. But the only thing needs, here's the thing: they're gonna have to introduce Reed Richards in the film, no matter what. Reed Richards has to be.
If it's a young take on Doctor Doom, sure they can do that.
Yeah, that's why I think.
But the problem is, for Marvel is switching it all around because now they're trying to say all these other things. Like they're not going to exclude him in the Illuminati. So when they ship Hulk off the planet, he's not going to be part of that whole thing. We're never going to see a Hulk versus Thing fight.
We're not going to see a Hulk happen.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's a missed opportunity.
Oh, we're never going to see a Hulk feature movie like Planet Hulk. No, what we're seeing in Ragnarok is the closest you're going to get to it.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing where I'm like,
it kind of works.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like, I kind of feel. Yeah, I agree. But I mean, like, that's the thing. I kind of feel like with the Hulk, he's just like, no, I'm gonna ask all of you. Do you feel like Hulk's literally relevant now? Because like, out of all the films, do you think he'll continue after Avengers 3 and 4?
Yeah. There's theories they're gonna try to end up killing him and Steve off because we know Bucky's gonna take it over because Chris Evans' contract is coming up.
Yeah, but just far as the last movie for Chris Evans too, he was able to negotiate.
Yeah, already.
Well, Cap
actually already says. So that's why he's still there. He's just cameoing.
Yeah, and Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, he could do it, but he's not gonna do Iron Man 4.
Oh no, he's under contract. They're just paying him now.
Yeah, contract over.
Yeah.
I'll just say this. If there's going to be an Iron Man 4, it better be fucking worth it. I don't think there will be, because I have my seriously biggest doubts on there will be, and then honestly,
if it's going to be an Iron Man 4, it has to be War Machine. It has to be War Machine, or it's going to end up being a Pepper Potts.
No, they're not going to do none of that crap. They're going to do if they're going to do Iron Man 4, they're going to introduce
Riri
Williams.
No,
exactly. No, yes, Tevye.
I did you Wars and Niece.
No, Tevye, be quiet. I'm telling you, this is how things are, and they're not gonna they're not gonna have War Machine literally be the one that takes over Iron Man. That's literally a pipe dream. Okay, I know better. Look, I'm just saying this right now. I know more about Iron Man, and I know how they're gonna do things, where they're gonna do, and I'll just say this: where they're going and how they're gonna introduce Ironheart. I wouldn't be surprised she's going to be introduced in the films because she's got a popularity in the comics right now, and they're going to do that with the fucking film. They're going to do it in the films, no matter what. It's just a fact.
Her popularity is kind of a negative.
No, it's going to happen because she's a young, 15, black, smart person who build her own Iron Man suit. You think that wouldn't get
Marvel wants to bring in more teenage superheroes. Why else to bring the Power Pack?
That's true.
Exactly. Exactly.
So okay, we got adult characters that some adults can relate to, and then we have teenage Spider-Man because they don't have any teenage heroes. It's like what they did in the 60s. In the 60s, okay, we're going to do a team that relates to today's events. The X-Men. But what about teenagers? Teenagers are struggling too. Why not? Okay.
Peter Parker.
Here we go. He's a teenage hero. And more. That's what they're going to aim for. They're going to try to get the other target audience, which is teenagers.
Only when only two in Cook and Dagger as well.
No. I'll just say this even further. This is why when Spider-Man came along, the Teen Titans came after. I mean, that's where he, like, when you see the Teen Titans is the successor, or they basically like, hey, we basically inspired, or the door was opened for Spider-Man, opened the door for the Teen Titans. I mean, like, that's the thing where we need, like, people like to see younger heroes. It makes them more relatable. It makes them more, people like to get more into those young heroes, because hell, more likely we're going to see Kamala sometime in the near future, because we know
it's coming.
Because Carol Danvers is not going to be Miss. Yeah, it's not going to be Miss Marvel. She's going to be already going to become Captain Marvel right at the bat. So again, I feel like it's gonna happen. We're gonna see Ironheart. We're gonna see all these characters in these films now, or in these shows. Doesn't matter how they they do it. It's just they're gonna do it.
Speaking of shows, I'm sorry,
but it's just to me, the problem is with the Marvel Cinematic Universe is if they're gonna do like something like an Iron Man 4 or Thor 4, which the contract for Thor, I heard he's re-signed.
Yep.
Again, we'll see. He re-signed his contract with Marvel. That makes me think like, okay, isn't there going to be a fourth Thor film? Or
I know they're not going to do a fourth one. They're not doing the fourth one right now because they want to do a trilogy for all their franchises. Doctor Strange, Black Panther, Captain Marvel.
It's better off doing a trilogy than having like a saga, because it's going to get old. You don't want to repeat Batman and Robin kind of scenario when it comes to superheroes.
The Avengers is going to be the last Avengers that we see with
look at the X-Men franchise. We just find out that the next X-Men movie, Dark Phoenix, is going to be split in two.
It's going to be a two-parter.
Yeah, which honestly makes sense if you come to think of it, because the first film.
It's a major event. It's a major event. But the thing is, we don't want to drag it on to where, okay, there's 8 movies. Let's be like Harry Potter, where some of the movies are okay.
Actually, I just realized when can they introduce the Mandarin, because now that Guardians exist, we can actually bring in that scientific.
Bring the real Mandarin.
I'll just say this.
Yeah, we can bring it in.
I mean, if you're gonna do that, then that will be like, okay. What's the whole? Are you gonna like, people like me are gonna be scratching it? I'm like, okay, now you introduced the Mandarin. What about the fight, or that Mandarin whole entire conclusion with Iron Man? Because
with my mask? Didn't we get my mask?
They did that. They did her, and they did a shitty fucking job on that shit. I mean, it's just like, it comes to Marvel with like the Mandarin and all that crap. It's like, because they have other characters, other storylines that they are going to do. And, I feel like, hell, I'm going to fucking say it. I don't fucking care. I feel like Searcher is a waste. Searcher is like, I feel like he's going to be such a waste that it's like, well, that's just fucking perfect. Could have been a great villain for a film, but waste opportunity. Point blank. Because I feel like Searcher.
No, Hela. She's a waste because she's gonna now be a part of this.
I think Hela's
it's not even
awesome.
as good.
I think they're gonna use her as Death, though, since I just found out Fox owns Death.
Well, that's a theory that she's gonna be their equivalent of Death.
Yep, it could work out. And she has one of the stones too. It's pretty obvious. True.
Exactly too. So again, I feel like, but yet again, that makes sense to an extent, because she is like the one that gathers all the souls, and like, when you think she is like the death of the Marvel universe to an extent, even though she's like, there's technically the real death, but
real death.
But
and she also spells the H for Thanos, because that's what the Infinity Stones, everybody who had Infinity Stone, that's what it's spelling out to. And she could be the H for Thanos.
Wait, Wait, but speaking of Death, who owns Lady Death?
Fox, because of Deadpool, Tevia.
I bet Marvel owns Lady Death because they put Thanos and Deadpool, and now Ben Affleck got Spider.
No, Tevia. But and she's
mostly tied with Deadpool.
She's tied with Deadpool and Thanos, and that's the hardest part with Marvel. They had to figure out what they're gonna do, and they're like, okay, let's just go with fucking Hela. And Hela, I feel like makes like, okay, you're gonna have her in there, you're gonna have a villain for her, you have like the main villain, which is interesting and really cool. But again, introducing Surtur in the film, which literally
doesn't make sense. It's like,
we knew Surtur was going to be in these Thor films, but yet again, this is like the biggest fucking problem. Like, okay, now you're just going to have Surtur just like just a villain that Hulk could fight, and that's really it. And it just really pisses me off. And also, the biggest insulting factor is no Enchantress. I blame fucking DC for fucking doing that shit because they feel like now Marvel feels like, okay, we can't introduce our Enchantress because DC beat us to it, and plus it did a shitty fucking job in terms of villainhood, and fuck it, we'll just
that's not even Jewel Moon's character because she's not possessed by an entity. She's like Captain Marvel, where she just says Enchantress and she becomes a witch.
Yeah, that part is true. And the more she's mad, the more crazy she gets.
I mean, like, honestly, like, I feel like personally with Marvel, like, they're good things and they're bad things, but I just like that's the biggest problem I have.
No. Here's the biggest problem for me with Ragnarok is they're putting Planet Hulk in there, but they're also talking about how Loki screwed everything on Asgard. So it's like, what's the A plot and what's the B plot? Because they both can't exist at the same time.
Wasn't Loki king of Asgard when he took control of Odin?
Yeah, at the end of the movie, we found out that was Loki, and the whole reason Doctor Strange is involved because they need to find Odin because Loki screwed up on Asgard, and this is what Ragnarok is going to explain it. But Ragnarok going up at the same time. What's the A plot?
Here's the most worrying part of the film: it's only an hour. An hour. Yeah,
that's not enough time to cover any of this.
Yeah, exactly, and that's gonna cause massive plot holes and all that crap. I'm not like, oh, that's just really fuck. But when I heard that, I'm like, oh, that's.
Now, I mean, they have to do it like the Mandarin, right, Connor?
I'll be right back.
Introduce Camilla because thanks to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Inhumans exist now. So Camilla can be introduced as Captain Marvel, but how they do it is going to be weird.
You mean Marvel, not Captain Marvel. You got it.
But I don't know how they're going to go about introducing her. They gave us Ghost Rider, and I don't know how they're going to... In fact, I would love to see all of Netflix characters in the big cinematic movie. But I don't know when it's a good time to do it.
Yeah, I can agree.
Yeah, and I see that they're also throwing in the X-Men as well. Actually, before what's everybody's thoughts? Oh no, they also talk about throwing Deadpool with the X-Men. There's rumors about that.
I'm not surprised about that because frankly that makes sense because Deadpool was perfect.
Yeah, we can do it.
X-Force is a different team.
That and Cable and Deadpool. I want a Cable and Deadpool instead of just Cable be in a Deadpool movie.
I'm pretty fine with that because Deadpool 2 makes sense because they're all getting Cable and pretty cool.
They're probably going to name it that because they haven't revealed the title for Deadpool 2 yet.
Oh, wait, Red, did you read Action Comics? Because I want to talk about what you guys' thoughts on the Big Oz reveal.
That was interesting. I
loved it.
I did not see that coming at all. Like, I didn't see any clues on
Actually, I saw it. Yeah, I went to 4chan and someone spoiled it, but I still liked it because he was not somebody I thought would have been behind it.
Same.
We all thought it was a Watchmen character.
Yeah, we all thought it was Ozymandias. Now it's like, okay, so who's worked? So now is who's Jor-El? Okay, Jor-El's on this one side. What is Dr. Manhattan doing, and who's puppeting him?
That's what I wonder.
This is even making
because holy shit!
I think Dr. Manhattan's the only one who was doing this because you gotta remember how he was acting in the comic. He saw how humanity is. He's one of those gods that, like, okay, I don't like this. I have to wipe it out.
Like, he saw the strings. He saw that we're all basically puppets. He saw the strings. He knows what's going on. He can manipulate the strings, which means why would he go to the DC universe? There has to be a bigger grand scheme behind it.
Some people claim Ivan is still out there somewhere, which I I don't think that's possible now because now Joel reveals to be Mr. Oz. But then Joel did say that I'm just the middleman. I'm just the man with the higher power.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I'm saying. Like, there's one, not Dr. Manhattan is on one side, Jor-El is on this side. He's doing something on his own. It makes even what Dr. Manhattan doing more interesting because now it's like working with him because he couldn't just come to the DC universe and decide to mess with Superman and all them in general. Somebody had to.
Holy shit! Joel go through the window. Like,
no. What he did to Lex Luthor should have been the biggest tip for everybody. That the moment he actually fired his own heat vision, okay, he's a Kryptonian. Something like that. Something bigger is going on.
indeed.
But why Tim Drake?
Yeah.
Like, why Tim Drake? Why get all these people? Why? And like Mr. Mxyzptlk, okay.
I think he sees great things with Tim Drake.
Yes, Tim Drake is actually kind of like the heart.
Yeah, he's
Dick
a Robin.
Grayson and Tim Drake is
Speaking of
the
Tim
heart
Drake,
of the Bat family.
Speaking of
Yeah,
Tim Drake,
he's back.
he picked his origin. Yes.
Yes, and actually, I'm going to see how him and Spoiler go from here on out of here, and what he's truly thought about her doing this to the Bat family, because I know he would disapprove of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pissed.
Like outing them, especially threatening to out their identities. I know he would be especially pissed about that.
I think that's what's gonna happen. Though, what made him become the Tim Drake of tomorrow, has to do with Stephanie.
So
yeah, that would make sense.
he's not going to go back
Speaking
to
of Tim
Robin.
Drake, we got Tim
No,
Drake's origin again. His real origin. New 50 origin go. Bye bye.
Yes, Scott Liddell screwed up his because he just said, "Oh, his parents is in protective custody, and we never once saw them since."
Yeah, we'll have to be showing Batman Eternal. Batman Garmin Show. My bad.
That's why I say, like, oh god, that's why I'm glad that Scott Liddell's Teen Titans is getting retconned, and people are just slowly forgetting about it. Only thing I don't want to forget is Bunker. He was the best thing out of it, and he just disappeared.
Bunker was the best thing I New 52 Teen Titans. Okay, what's your opinion on Bunker?
Yes.
I thought he was cool.
I heard him too.
Oh, your mic was loud.
It is.
Anyway, yeah, but anyway, Flash. It's kind of weird what's going on with the Flash. Him and Wally. With the negative speed force, him with the negative speed force powers, and what's going on. It's like, I guess this is also, I want to say this is partially Dr. Manhattan screwing with the Flash, because let's face it, it's been, even in Multiversity, they said the Flash is always at the heart of every retcon or big crisis.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I want to know what's going on with them. I want to know what's going on with Wally. Like, him and Donna Troy is just the weirdest.
Speaking of Wally West, spoiler for Titans. Yeah, he kind of got a heart attack and died, which broke me.
No, don't worry, he'll be back, because speedsters can't get heart attacks or nothing like that. They can just use the power of speed or some shit like that.
No,
I'm
that's
actually
why
more.
he got the heart attack. That's why he got the heart attack, though.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the speed force will bring him back.
I think Dr. Manhattan's giving him a limit.
Dr. Manhattan's giving him a limit.
So he's doing. Yeah, I think he's giving him a limit because he's doing something he's not supposed to.
No,
Yeah,
I think what
like
happened
Dick
with Wally West, I think due to Damien messed with the timeline. Thank you, Damien, for punching my foot here in the chest. Jerk.
Well, wait, which Wally West we're
we're
talking about? You mean we're talking about the Black Wally West?
Peacemaker. Shit, my
No,
bad.
the favorite Wally West that people were bitching about.
Well, technically, I didn't like that Wally West. I didn't like Robert Vendetti's Wally West because he was a stereotype. He made him a stereotype of, oh, I'm an urban black person who doesn't have a dad who's around, and he gets into all kinds of it's like Wally West was,
weird.
and you just I hated that. And this is coming from a black guy. I hated that origin story. I mean, he's gotten better. I won't lie. He's just gotten way better.
Way better.
Except for the
writing.
But but then Benjamin Percy and Christopher Reese, I guess they decided that him and Raven is not going to be a thing.
Actually, that time Deathstroke. And Deathstroke actually, we have.
Actually, I like what's going on with Deathstroke. Like, he's trying to be a hero now. DC is taking chances again. They're like, oh, okay, let him be a hero. And I actually enjoyed it because it's like in the old 52 where he actually had Titans East, his own little Titans
it did happen.
thing going on. Yeah, we also had the only Cassandra Cain is not part of it.
Oh yeah. Speaking of
And Ryan Choi's not there.
of Deathstroke, wait, Grant, what do you think of Terrell being involved? Right?
It's about damn time.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Hello, controversy again.
Right, she's been,
no. Well,
she's been gone since that terrible what was it?
the Cohen.
Ravengers. The last time
Yeah, Ravengers.
No, she was in Ravengers, and the last issue we learned that Caitlin Fairchild realized that she was a clone. Deathstroke took off with Terra. Beast Boy left, and then Swamp Thing happened where Beast Boy became green again, and never heard from anything about the Ravengers. Harvest finally got shut down at the end of Scott Liddell's run.
Harvest came back at the in Will Pfeiffer's run. Which is stupid.
Like I said, Harvest it had potential, and then it became really stupid.
Yeah. Harvest had a cool design, but terrible story. I mean, but Harvest came out and Will Pfeiffer during New 52 Superboy, and holy shit, New 52 Superboy could be cut the fuck. Like,
oh yes. Well, I don't see Connell coming back for a long time since John has basically taken over as the poster boy for Superboy.
I love John.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that.
Same. I love John. He's adorable. Oh, speaking of Connor, I have a theory. My theory, Connor is trapped in the same prison as Tim Drake is.
Was there anybody else that was shown in the prison? Was there anybody else shown in that prison? Besides Mixoplex? I can understand why Jor-El took Mixoplex away because
let's see.
That guy in Multiplicity, because I'm trying to remember the big villain's name and I can't remember.
I think his name's Prodigy. I think that's his name. Hang on, I'll check. I think on Superman 1.
And I'm glad they still touched on that the multiverse. In fact, what if it's the multiversity that's the threat? The big bad for multiversity. That's the threat. That's what's going to actually be the big bad behind Rebirth.
You mean
because we know that the Justice empty hand.
Yeah, the empty something. I mean, those
empty hand. That's his name. Yeah, his name's Empty Hand. That's what basically he was one of the reasons why Earth 7 was destroyed.
I found the prison. The Doomsday, the Multiplicity guy, and the Tim Drake, and then the Matrix prison.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, was there another cell that was hidden that we just don't know about because Jor-El?
Tomorrow Tim Drake said that there's more people locked up that he's gonna be surprised about.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see.
It can't be
Detective Comics.
Connor can't.
Yep,
because that's too many Kryptonians right there. That's be somebody we have never seen in a while.
What
about God? What about God? Because he's actually kind of a big thing because he exists in the Earth 20. Basically, the Kingdom Come.
Oh, speaking of Mad Girl after Man appearing Supergirl.
Yeah, because we know that because she also was going on with Emerald Empress, because they still have Emerald Empress. She's looking for Saturn Girl, which she doesn't realize. She's in an insane asylum.
The original Joker.
That could be a possibility because in Metal, Joker did appear.
Wait, the original Joker in what? As one of the people behind in a cell?
Yes.
No, I think it was Scott Snyder's Joker.
No, the main Joker.
Oh, main Joker.
No, Scott Snyder's Joker.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Scott Snyder's Joker is in Metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that's even canon to anything.
Yeah, I'm
because we saw glimpses of Endgame Joker in the Superman comics.
Oh yeah, it did happen.
Endgame Scott Snyder's Joker is still relevant. He's still alive. He's one of the 3 Jokers running around. Actually, they still never follow up to that Joker that was going to prison that they caught. They never followed up to that one.
Good point. Right.
Yeah, because they had one that was caught. Scott Snyder's Joker is being Bruce Wayne has kept him, and then there was another one that was holding a family hostage, and we still never knew what happened to those 2 Jokers.
Well, because we know it's the 40s Joker created by Finger and Robinson.
Yeah,
and then the other
Joker, the Killing Joke Joker, and then the New 52 Joker.
That's true.
Yeah, I just go by Snyder's Joker because his Joker is. I don't know what's up with his Joker. Ever since Endgame, he started talking about the Dionysium, which is basically nth metal, and this is dark metal, and it's
now
coming.
it's bat metal.
And now everybody's
Like Dionysium has nothing to do. It's nothing to do with the nth metal. It's another version of the. It's another part of the Lazarus Pit. They explained that in one of the things. The nth metal is basically.
Oh, sorry.
The stuff that Batman discovered, so the Court of Owls, but they needed his blood, which I didn't like to call it the batism or whatever. That was dumb.
Yeah, that was
No,
dumb.
I just thought it's all just basically in metal, but different substances of in metal that watered down and actually broke apart and became part of the earth, and it became some new form of the metal.
Well, it did start with Vandal Savage, a meteor.
That's true.
I'll start
Runners not with the first.
And they said that that formed into the Lazarus Pit that Raj discovered. So we don't know the story behind Lazarus Pit.
Actually,
How
also
Raj discovered
Shazam's
it.
dagger.
Yep.
Kept them up. I can still
No, it's Black Adam's dagger. It's Black Adam's dagger, which is probably from the wizard Shazam, because it's black lightning.
That's true. That would make sense. Oh, speaking of British Van Savage, he had a man appearing in Dark Knight Metal. Issue 2, I think.
I'm ready for Plastic Man to make his appearance because he's going to be in the Terrifics.
Yep. Speaking of Dark Knight Metal, the tie-ins, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about the 2 times that came out. Red Death.
I didn't read Nightwing. I didn't read the Nightwing one.
Oh,
The Nightwing one was pretty good.
it was good.
Actually, what happened? I didn't get a chance to read it because I'm still catching up on a lot of trades. I keep going to second.
Well, Mr. Freeze got a huge upgrade. He looks like a total badass with that armor.
I hate his new origin Scott Snyder gave to him because now Nora wasn't his wife. He was just some guy who was creepily stalking her.
That one's Scott Snyder. That was someone else.
It kind of fits if you think about it. I mean, he had that, like, if you look back, he did kind of have that tendency of obsession disorder.
At the same time, though,
Like,
like,
it-
not
it's
good.
more
I think Mr.
I mean,
Freeze.
the thing is, Mr. Freeze never had an origin story back in the day until Batman made a series made to where
Yeah, Bruce Timm and them
By
gave
killing
him
his
an
wife.
origin story. They made him
Yeah.
more human. They grounded
So-
him.
Yeah.
yeah, they didn't make him like he's not a villain. He's just trying to save his wife, but
Yeah, that's what I like about it.
that doesn't work in DC Comics anymore, I guess.
Actually,
No,
I
see,
think
it
they
doesn't work
fixed
for
that now.
Dan the
Also,
Dio.
Batman, I think they fixed that. They retconned that
No.
stupid origin of existence.
No, romance doesn't fit Dan DiDio's version of DC continuity in the DC comics because he doesn't think there should be sidekicks or fun or romances. Like he doesn't think they.
Yeah,
Well, he's been
or-
trying to kill Nightwing since Infinite Crisis.
That's true.
Yeah, and he
That's good.
thinks that's a joke. And every time he brings it up, people get mad and give him.
And Forever
nasty
Evil had to
glares.
kill him off.
Like look at Jeff Johns. He saved them. He brought them back to black and blue.
No, Jeff Johns is one of the main people who kept refusing to kill him off.
Yeah, because he's a fan favorite.
And
No,
then-
see, Johns is hey Nick, but the problem with Didio is he's like Joe Quesada. They both believe that Batman / Spider-Man needs to stay young and immortal forever.
Which is bullshit, in my
And
opinion.
this is why
Ugh.
it's unrealistic. They have to I'm glad Tom King is finally saying, "Hey, get with Catwoman.
Yeah, that's what I'm happy
Let
about.
it be canon."
But here's what I'm not happy of right now, though. I enjoy the relationship between Sean Sang, aka the Facer, and Nightwing. It's something new.
It wasn't new.
Yeah,
It.
but-
You know?
I'm mad about that.
And I noticed since
With
the
some
90s
dumb-
run, I noticed since the 90s run of Nightwing, he's been screwed over romances ever since then.
How many
Dude, he's
times
been
did
raped
he get
twice.
screwed over? I lost count.
And
We
then
mean being screwed over literally or being screwed over physically, because that happened multiple times.
Screwed
Yeah,
over
yeah,
with,
the
only
with,
times I can think
with,
of
with romances.
Great. The female Tarantula did it in Nightwing 93, and Mirage did it in the Titan series when she posed as Starfire.
And the asshole time that he slept with Barbara right before he gave her his invitation to
That
his
was
own
Devin
wedding, which I
I was
would
Devin Gray
Huh?
with that.
have. Did they
You
retcon
also-
that? Because I just
Yeah, that was.
Oh.
But here's the
That's
funny
good or
thing. The funny thing is, after that, we find out Raven destroyed the wedding.
like I said, it's
Yeah, that did happen.
because they want him to be a pretty boy who's single, but they also want to try to force him on with Barbara Gordon, which I hate the most.
Well, here's the thing, though. They had that chemistry in the animated series. They're trying to bring that back, but then we find out, something else happened. and then they have a convergence married in one universe, and another convergence he's still married he's actually married to Starfire, like in Kingdom Come. And now they're just trying to, like, I'm glad that he friends zoned during the recent issue of Batgirl.
Actually, I like Teen Titans.
So he
Yeah,
got
the Teen Titans Go cartoon, that's what cemented a lot of people saying, put Dick with Starfire. They made it so good.
Indeed.
But they were
But I
already
think
together in the 80s, though, and then it caused a breakup because of his depression.
Shit.
It's cemented it now because the cartoon show made Teen Titans really popular, and it really cemented the idea of putting Dick with Corey.
Yeah.
It actually made sense.
Yes.
Right? We could both Dick Grayson and stuff. I make more sense than
One more thing.
Bubba. And
What's your guys' thoughts on the Teen Titans Go getting a movie for 2019?
I'm okay with it. I'm gonna be an adult about it. It's just a cartoon. It's not gonna harm anything.
People don't realize that it's kind of based off of the actual Tiny Titans.
Wait, it
That's
is?
what it's.
Yeah,
It's
that's
what
what I started.
people don't really-
Actually, to be honest, that's what I wanted to have those little shorts because I like the little animation. I like how they were drawn, and then I like the comic that it did. But then I guess when Cartoon Network was like, "No, make it different."
Yeah,
You know,
we're
make it
more
more
of
the budget.
not drama heart to it.
Hey Xavier, read
Yeah.
Tiny Titans and read Little Gotham. That's what it's like based off of.
Little
Will
Gotham's
do.
amazing.
I'll
Little
check
Gotham's
that out.
amazing.
Oh, I got both volumes. I got all the volumes in my book.
But yeah, but it's just
I
like,
saw it
come
for
on.
$7.
We knew that cartoons were gonna evolve. We know some people were gonna hate. Like, look at my cartoons. I'm 30. People didn't like Grant Stimpy around my generation. They didn't like Rugrats. They didn't like Doug. They didn't like Hey Arnold and all that.
Those shows were great.
And then
Right
now,
now, Skippy. The problem with
right now I'm older. I'm 30. I'm older.
Oh, go.
I see them back like, oh, I can see why people were trashing it. They have a different mindset than I did as a kid. Just
The
so
only other game, an Pokemon Life reboot that's coming back.
No, I understand Ren and Skippy because if you look at what you saw on Nick and then you saw what came on Spike TV, the guy who made it they said he was lazy and he never finished his work on time, and he also was kind of an asshole.
Oh, shit!
Yeah.
From what I hear, but yeah, look at Ren and Skippy when he came on Spike. That shit, when he really wanted to make it adult theme, especially Ren's origin story, that guy went off the goddamn walls with that show.
Yeah, it did
I
like
think
nuts.
that show hit that. That's all he wanted to do the entire time, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah,
I'm glad Nick ran him in because look at Rocco. It was both love, but he got away with a lot of things. Like Rocco working. He was a sex phone operator. He was literally, or how he touched some dude's junk, or the fact that he had to go try to get
the love scene between the big heads with the freaking
Oh
plates
yes,
and
that
stuff.
too. Actually,
Yeah.
there was a lot of innuendos that you really, if you look at the whole series, you're wondering how the hell did they get away with any of this? Like Arnold also had an innuendo where, if you watch early Arnold, there was this one woman. She was never named in that boarding house, but they said that she was like 30 something. And she had a crush on him. But they eventually
to be fair, in defense, they actually ran in and we all getting into another movie, but TV movie this time. That's serious.
No. The reason why it failed as a movie, and plus Craig Bartlett didn't want to be an exclusive.
No.
That's the two reasons why.
I agree. That movie not that good. I mean,
Yeah,
actually,
the
the TV movie. We're getting
It was good, but it did not do good for Nickelodeon. That's why you didn't see
But
after
think about it. Think about it. What if this TV movie makes it a success, brings back King Arnold to a TV miniseries?
see it being a case.
No. I know it's a success. The problem was back then, Nickelodeon, their version of success when you do a big theatrical release had to hit a certain number. Plus, Craig Bartlett didn't want to just exclusively work for Nickelodeon.
That's why
he wanted to go to Cartoon Network.
That's why they keep making the Ninja Turtle movies, because they have their show, and their shows gain another series, a reboot series after this last season we have. Mark Hamill voicing one of the villains.
And Corey, she's a big. Corey exists because she's one big apology to the fans for the live action movie. That was atrocious. You cannot lie. It took 5 people to lift a rock. If you ever saw that movie,
God,
which was extraordinarily.
That's why I'm okay. So I'm okay with Teen Titans Go. I'm like, you know what? It has its moments. I can see why people hate it, but you know what? I'm getting older.
It's
this should not be
SpongeBob.
bothering me.
It's basically this generation SpongeBob.
But the problem is,
Yeah,
still a good Young Justice. They're putting the anime series.
Well,
The thing is, though, Young
got
Justice
screwed on
was not
with it.
replaced because Young Justice, they already revealed it during a podcast with Kevin Smith that it was because girls were watching it, people our age were watching it when it was aimed for a younger audience, and merchandise was not selling. That's what
That's
happened
true.
with the original Teen Titans show. Both a union happened, the strikes, and merchandising fails.
Static Shock
Actually,
probably
you
got the
guys
same
remember-
treatment too.
Static Shock was different. Static Shock ended on its own terms. And you guys ever saw the show called Symbiotic Titan? It was also made by Greg Weisman.
Yeah.
Yeah, Greg Weisman made it. Too bad. Well, it's like Megas XLR. You can never show it again because one, it did bad merchandise wise, and two, Cartoon Network filed it under tax bankruptcy for taxes. What? So the state owns it, just like Mexico. Yeah, and it owns Megas XLR. Cartoon Network wrote it off as a tax write-off. So you probably will never see that show again.
So that's why things happen. That's why things happen. That's why fans are not looking into it. That's why they're blaming, oh, we got this crap on here because who knows what. But the thing is, it was merchandising the entire time. I mean, the ratings were good, right?
Ratings are
Cartoon was
awesome. Excellent.
That's what Cartoon Network
But
was
you can't
they're
make
like
money
Warner Brothers.
just off of simple ratings.
Yeah, there's like, it was like what Warner Brothers, saw with Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
Okay, let's focus on toys. Yeah, toys is doing great, but the movie bombed. Why did the movie bomb? Because we have shitty dialogue, rush production,
Bad storytelling, bad writing, bad characters,
and bad toy designs.
Yep.
Teen Titans Go is like SpongeBob. It sells merchandise. It sells things.
Yeah.
If it can
I have the
sell,
Red X figure.
yeah. So if it can sell, why would you not try to push it more? Like John Cena in wrestling. If your merchandise sells because of this thing, push it more. That's the thing what a business does. Make money.
Well, quality. You need to get quality product instead of.
It doesn't need a thing. It attracts the younger viewers between 2 to 6. My little 6-year-old niece loves the show.
I mean, look at My Little Pony. It's like My Little Pony. It has a weird audience, but it still sells toys and stuff because the grown men buy it.
You have to get a movie.
Yeah.
It's getting a movie next year, but it still sells. But it's still merchandise by grown men.
It even has its own little convention too. Look at that.
Yeah, I seen the whole documentaries, and I'm actually saying I was kind of like I never really called myself a brony, but I still like the show. I grew out of it now, but I'm so glad that it became its own thing.
Yeah, I understand. Like people come from it, like, oh, it helped with your depression. That's pretty cool, but that's you, man. I mean, I don't like it.
No, the cartoon show was pretty. The cartoon show was pretty cool. It actually told a really grounded story. It was a good cartoon overall.
Yeah.
So like, if it's something that if it can sell merchandise and you can get an audience, appeal to that audience.
There you go. That's what it is.
Marvel. It's the same thing, except its audience turns on itself.
Yeah, they can't write themselves with bullshit animation. The animation and all the show, the Marvel, all awful. Holy shit, that's a bad anime of my life.
The problem with Marvel is politics has basically people who are left/right wing extremists have took over the writing staff, and now politics. That's why I say I don't really. From what we're seeing, Nick Spencer takes over Spider-Man. I really don't see a good future for it because he's going to throw his own little agenda into it. And Spider-Man is not a politic.
No.
Nick Spencer's Spider-Man, I think it'd be good. Like Dan starts not letting it.
I think here's what I think is a good politic comic. All right, Captain America, especially Iron Man because he was a weapons merchant. That's part of government politics. And what was the other one? That was no one in my head.
Justice League International because that involved every country.
Yeah. If they focus on those characters alone and not just do all the characters one thing, they'll be doing great.
Agreed.
Secret Empire bombed and is one of the biggest bombs since Fear itself because you could tell what the agenda was and it was too thick and it was too damn depressing.
And the ending made no sense. The ending was confusing with them two Captain America now fight with.
The last two issues was just
The one's over Secret Empire. It's shorter.
Yeah.
Not only that, but it revealed what was why Spider-Man was so funny. He admitted that every time he puts on the mask,
that is true.
He fights a certain villain, he is fucking terrified. I would be too.
He said that in Ultimate Spider-Man, the only reason he makes a joke.
Fear itself is by far the only event that Matt Fraction's ever done for Marvel. Because when we think of big events for Marvel, who's usually the one who writes a majority of them?
Bendis.
Brian Michael
Besides
Bendis.
Bendis.
Speaking of
who's written more than one event is Nick
Mark
Spencer.
Millar, there's Jonathan Hickman.
Hickman
Mark Millar,
wrote
Jonathan
Secret
Hickman.
Empire and not Secret Empire. He wrote Secret Wars and he wrote Infinity. Infinity I thought was better than Secret Wars.
agreed.
And Time Run Out could be an event within itself because it led up to something. So that could be an event.
Yeah. Let's see. Jason Aaron, he only wrote one I can think. Actually, wrote two events. He did Original Sin, and he was one of the writers for X-Men: Battle for the Atom.
I love the
With
original
AVX. He also helped with AVX as well. So
Yeah.
that it's
I like-
pretty
I also
good.
like
had
AVX
several
too.
writers. We had
Right.
him, Bendis, Loeb, and I think even Brubaker wrote that event too.
Wait, which event?
AVX.
I gotta look that
Oh,
one up.
and
I will look that one up, but I don't remember Brubaker. But
speaking of Bendis, did anyone read Infinite Iron Man, the final issue? I read the issue, and it was so disappointing.
I read it. Did you? What did you think of the ending of the issue?
I did not like it.
Mephisto, though,
It was a cop out.
it was more interesting when it was Ultimate
not
Richards.
that. The one they revealed in the toward the end of the issue, where they revealed that Tony Stark's girlfriend, the one he dated at the end of
She's
for the
pregnant.
recent one, yeah, she's pregnant, and I think Tony Stark is the father.
Okay, there's no real shocker there because it'll either be a pregnancy scare or it won't be him as the father.
I thought Doctor Doom with the father.
It's Doctor Doom because Doctor Doom was not interested in having sex with her at all. He was not interested.
No,
He's just interested
He
in
was
protecting
just
her.
looking out for her. That's all he did was look out for her.
Oh.
Yeah.
Speaking
Which-
of Tony Stark,
I
his body
hope he stays the route he's doing now because I think this is great for him. Him put on the suit and fighting bad guys, put him in jail. One of the best things Bendis has done for his Iron Man run.
the ending was so stupid. What's on my face break the fourth wall? Why?
What happened in the ending? Because I didn't read that issue. I didn't get a chance to read 12. So what happened?
Yeah, my face break the fourth wall.
Pretty much broke the fourth wall for like half the issue.
It
Wait,
was
what happened?
stupid.
Yeah, Mephisto broke the fourth wall while Doctor Strange and Doctor Doom were fighting him. Here.
Wait, Bendis was?
No, it was Mephisto. Mephisto was fighting Doctor Doom and Doctor Strange, and he broke the fourth wall while the fight was going on. I have no
wait, did
idea
you
why
break the
Bendis
fourth
did this.
wall?
The reader.
It was stupid.
Wait.
They revealed that the Reed Richards would pop up in his arm was really him all along, because it was kind of odd for Reed Richards to be sleeping with Doctor Doom's mom. So Mephisto kind of made sense. Though Reed Richards, that was what kind of it was implied to be the maker because he didn't have gray in his hair like the 616 version does.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of the
Well, actually,
maker,
the
And plus
Ultimate
also
Richards-
he wore
you know what the maker is like at this point. I described that he was an ultimate.
yeah. Plus he wore that T-shirt that's usually his symbol, which is like 2 dots. They'll have like a little line on it that he wore in his maker suit. So I kind of thought that was the maker, and then we found out, oh yeah, it's not the maker at all. It's actually Mephisto.
Yep. Wait, what's your opinion on Infinite Iron Man?
That's just weird, but okay.
The only people who do anything lately with the maker is Bendis and Al Ewing.
Al Irwin is trying to fix the cosmology because it's all over the damn place.
Ultimate Issue 100
And people seem don't.
done. It's dead.
Yeah, but the
It's
problem
too
is
bad
with Marvel
that
is
that
no one
Ultimate
respects
had
it.
to end.
Oh,
Yeah.
I read the ending to Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe again, and that has to be the most disappointing title I ever read.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
I'm like, why in the world Bun do this again? I mean, the first one I thought was really good. This one was like so bizarre. It's like
No, it was bad
do
in
it
general
for
because
absolutely no reason.
no. Here's the problem. apparently Gwen Stacy said, "Oh, the villains tricked you into killing the heroes," and Deadpool took her word on it, even though the heroes said you're being used.
That makes no sense.
Oh, and he didn't even kill all the villains. He only killed like 2 villains outside of Red Skull.
What?
I think he killed Magneto
He only
too.
killed-
Sounds horrible.
Sounds stupid.
No, he killed Red Skull, and Red Skull said, "How do you know you killed me? How did you know this was not part of my plan?" And it succeeded. And apparently, at the end, Deadpool said, "You know what? I'm glad all the heroes are gone because what the job calls for is someone who's not a hero." And Deadpool claims that he'll go off to kill all the villains. Doctor Strange is not on Earth. Abomination went into hiding. In fact, all the villains went into hiding. Only 2 villains was killed throughout this entire series: Carnage and Red Skull.
What the fuck was this series? It sounds stupid.
It was stupid. All the heroes died. Everyone said they all said you were being used by the villains. Deadpool didn't believe them. But when Gwen Stacy was telling her in her dying breath that the villains tricked you, all of a sudden he said, "You know what? They're next."
Wait, Gwenpool or Gwen Stacy? Yeah, Gwen Stacy.
No, Gwenpool. Gwenpool was killed by Deadpool. She said
Thank
in
God.
her dying breath that the villains tricked you into killing all the heroes, and then Deadpool just took her word for it, even though all the heroes said that you were being used.
This is like the second alternate version of Gwenpool in the Marvel Universe because you have the one that has their own series, you have the one who appears in Venomverse, and the one who appears in Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe again.
Gwenpool's confusing. I don't like her. She's confusing, convoluted, and a mess. Ugh.
Marvel Comics in general is
But
a
you
freaking
raise
mess.
one thing about her.
What?
And what's that? Besides that she sells?
That's all she is. That's all. She's an icon of that. That's it. That's all she is.
That's true.
Yeah. I get the reason why her book sells because everyone thinks Gwenpool is hot. So let's just read a book where it's just Deadpool with breast.
No, actually,
Yep.
that version of Gwenpool is based off of Heather Antos, the editor of the book. The artist actually based her hair and her little of her looks off of her. It's been proven on Twitter and in Tumblr and 4chan.
Huh.
Well, the thing with Gwenpool is she has met Deadpool once in her own book.
Right there.
I have no problem with the fact that she was a fourth wall breaker like he is. But even he said, just because you're a fourth wall breaker doesn't mean I won't kill you.
Please kill her.
She-Hulk
Please,
was doing
it
it
was
first. No, where's She-Hulk? Let her start breaking the fourth wall again because that shit was hilarious.
Yeah.
But
Speaking
no,
of
well,
Deadpool
Deadpool.
in Marvel Legacy one shot. If we go by the one time with that, we see Deadpool at the end of the issue, and he gets shot.
Yeah, apparently
He
he killed
hasn't
someone in
come
cops for
back
just
to
shooting
live.
him.
Yeah, but he
Arresting him. Or trying to arrest him for the murder of Phil Coulson.
Actually, here's
Yeah,
another
they're
thing. Why
cut
was
to hide
Star
the
Brand?
orders.
Why was Star Brand taking Ghost Rider for? Even though he's technically not the Ghost Rider.
Yeah, and honestly, I thought the fight that for the reason for fighting him made no sense, but
Bobby Reyes.
amazing fight. It was the only thing I thought was consistent throughout the entire issue because everything else lasted for like 1 or 2 pages.
That's true.
He getting Infinity Stones, and why is he becoming the Sorcerer's Supreme? 2, why was it never concluded with the Avengers BC? Why were they fighting that Celestial?
Why
was never
Robert
concluded.
Reyes Ghost Rider had the pants there? I thought Robert Reyes Ghost Rider did not high speed of vengeance.
That's why we're gonna get
Actually, he brought that up.
Well, here's the
questions
thing.
answered pretty soon.
First, that was Danny Ketch's ability, and somehow Johnny Blaze guy, because Nick Cage used it in the movies, though I've never read an explanation of how he got that ability. And now, apparently, Robbie Reyes has got penance there. Even he's surprised he got it.
Same.
But that
Was too.
But that's the least of my questions. I still want to know what happened at the end of the Avengers 1 million BC. I still wanted to see that fight. They brought it up. It has to be relevant.
Here's another question I want to ask. Why no more Osborns were mad with Doctor Strange?
That's what was building that up, or setting it up for him to go out and be like Tony Stark. There's actually in the future they're going to be magic wielders.
That's
Yeah,
stupid.
and I think
That
maybe
makes no sense.
I mean,
Osborn fixes his face because his face is so stupid.
Agreed.
I don't think they know what to do with him anymore because Dan Slott nerfed him. He can't become Green Goblin no more. So you took the one iconic thing about him. I mean, Bendis made him interesting when he was the head of Hammer and he had his own Iron Man suit. But once you take those away, what is?
Seems like the last good writer that the last good person to write Norman Osborn good was Bendis.
No
Yes,
one
he
should
made
just die at this point. He needs to die
Yeah.
and never come back.
He upgraded Bendit. He upgraded Osborn. He wasn't just simply a Spider-Man foe. He became a foe for anyone now. And then he got right. Then he was downgraded.
Going again.
Let anybody be
Wait,
Green
Ren,
Goblin.
what's the
Because
man
they
normal
don't know
Osborn with
what's
his
doing.
face? Ren? No.
What?
Wait,
Wait,
what'd
what's
you
the
say,
man
Seven?
normal Osborn with his face?
I have no idea because I'm not reading that.
Gotcha.
Who knows?
It's really mad because Dan Slott, you can tell that Dan Slott is starting to run out of ideas. The last great idea he had was Spider-Verse.
Yeah, and that's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Though he did do recently Clone Conspiracy. I thought it was a pretty decent event. I just thought it was kind of odd though that the whole point of that event was to bring back Ben Riley, give his own spin-off book.
Speaking of another
and
spin-off book, the way Age of Scarlet Spider came out, and it actually fixed that thing that I wanted to happen. The way that fixed Ben Riley's face, and actually made him have to giggle again. And Kane laughed.
But the whole point of the story still made no sense for a clone conspiracy because he went crazy. He started cloning people just because, and he didn't care if people died. You could just clone them and call it that.
Shit.
All his
Did
character
you notice
development.
the Marvel Legacy that Bagley is no longer being the artist for Ben Riley's Scarlet Spider?
He's not? Who is?
I didn't notice a lot of things.
Neither did I.
Will Seeley. Will Seeley. He was one of the
still don't
artists
like
for Spider-Man 2099.
Actually, a lot of people, they say for being Legacy to shake up the universe and bring a lot of old things back, why aren't we getting any new writers? Because Mark Waid is still on the Avengers and Champions and other books.
That's true. Why don't we get a new over for main Spider-Man? Why can't we get a new over for Spider Spider-Man? Why can't we get a new over?
Let renew your
Books are getting new writers. Like Punisher is going to be written by Matthew Rosenberg.
I know we're getting Power Pack for one shot.
No.
Can a Power Pack come back?
Yeah, Power Pack has come back as a one-shot for some reason. I'm like, why? This is actually one of those books people want to come back for years. I mean, almost even longer than Runaways.
That's true.
Runaways came back, and the story has potential, but why did they make Nico Rambos, I don't know how to say her last name, but why did they make her look like she's an idiot? She knows how to cook noodles. She knows how to cook basic things. She doesn't need magic for it.
I don't know.
Though, for some reason, and it looks like they're finally going to resolve that cliffhanger at the end of the last volume where it implied that Gerber came back. And at this point, yeah, she's back somehow. They have not properly explained it yet.
Runaways
Wasn't
came
the
back.
last series like really, really bad? I never read that last series, but it wasn't that good.
It was pretty good. The one writer I think should come back to do sort of revive the Runaways, make it like it once were. Bring back Brian K. Vaughan.
That's what I was about to say. Bring Brian K. Vaughan back because I love the first volume of.
Yeah, that was awesome. Holy shit!
And he also wrote the first 24 issues of the second volume before Whedon took over.
Didn't we have to destroy the Runaways? Wait.
Well, during that arc, he had the Punisher show up for some. Apparently, the Punisher was hired by the Kingpin to get some item for some reason, and
but Punisher,
it just seems one of the most funniest things happened in the book. Molly Hayes beat the crap out of the Punisher very easily.
No surprise, she has super strength.
Wait, did he also beat up the Wrecking Crew?
I think that she did. Another group of characters I think that should have a book in Marvel Legacy, especially since they're getting their own show soon. Cloak and Dagger.
Cloak and Dagger.
Yep. They're definitely a duo who needs their own series again.
Wait, what do they do? Because besides being part of the Defenders, I see they haven't really done nothing.
Cloak and Dagger, I think it's negative arc, which is awful.
They just seem like they're in the background now, like they're just background characters who's just there.
The last time they showed up was actually in the last handle that came out for Basic Experiment. That was the last time they showed up.
No, I mean, like, what was the last relevant thing they did, though? Because I can't think of anything outside of.
I think it was Spider Island. They got their powers swapped.
Then
yeah, and apparently in Secret Empire.
And then pretty much
and then
Slot sort of in the arc, the one that's really bad, he and Mr. Negative switched the powers back. The powers got back to normal the way it was before. So
and
Cloak is no longer having not having Cloak's power. Dagger's not having Cloak's powers anymore, and Cloak is back having his own powers. They both got their powers back the way it was before. One thing, I agree with one person on this particular thing. Why can't that they revealed that Cloak is in love with Dagger? I mean, everybody can tell that.
I thought that was been known.
That was reviewed a long time ago.
I thought that was a known thing.
What?
Yeah, like I said, it's weird because last time in Secret Empire, she was keeping the light on in the dark when the Darkhold still had New York under it.
Yeah.
Actually, what's up with the Darkhold? Because that's a powerful book, and it wasn't even used properly.
Yeah, I don't really know. Prior to Secret Empire, the last time Darkhold book was seen was in Carnage.
Yeah, I don't think we saw it. Speaking of Carnage, Carnage made a comeback in Venomverse.
Carnage made a
he's tied to
comeback.
symbiotes.
Okay, you bring him in, but you don't bring in Toxin?
Or Scream or any of the other little symbiotes.
I know a few of them were killed off during toward the end of Rick Remender's run for Venom. At least about 2 of them got killed off. I know there's still a bunch of our symbiotes, but I get the reason why Carnage is brought in, not just because he's a symbiote, because he's popular.
Well, he's the most he's one of the most well-known ones outside of Eddie Brock.
Yeah, but the thing with Carnage is, you remember that issue 2 for when Bendis started New Avengers, when it's essentially dragged into space and ripped them in half?
Yeah, and then it was shown later on that someone found and attached the metal parts to his body.
And that was like 5 years later. It was in the Carnage miniseries. The first one he had, and somebody took over the symbiote. Oh, and they retconned and said, "Oh, he was not in the symbiote at that point."
Then who was?
And then it came back, and it's quite bizarre. But
actually, the last thing I remember from Carnage was Carnage.
Dragging him into space was the most graphic thing ever to happen to Carnage.
Yeah, and people got pissed off because Sentry did it.
Or him apparently dying of access.
Actually, was Legacy probably Jason Aaron's weakest event he's ever done? Weakest title he ever wrote?
I feel
like this is the weakest he's ever written.
I think it would weak, but
yeah,
it didn't confuse me about that one shot. No Spider-Man, no Peter Parker. There's no Mary James Centuries in, which I am still pissed off.
That title was that was a variant cover. No, that was a variant cover for that Legacy. That was not the real cover.
No.
Yeah, but in the actual Legacy book,
one shot.
In the actual
Tony Stark.
Oh, Iron Fist was. Wait. So was Doctor Strange.
Nope.
Yeah, because they were looking at someone was trying to break into the Sanctum Sanctuary. Because we saw that Strange and all of them made a cameo, but none of the real characters we were thinking about. Thor didn't make any cameo.
Hulk did make a cameo. He actually made a cameo though when he's getting drunk.
Yeah, but that's not really in the book. Like I said,
threw some woman to space for some reason. Yeah, because if you notice the panel underneath him, there's a woman floating in space.
No, see, this is why I say they should rename Legacy into Generations because it focused only on the Generation heroes, not the Legacy characters.
That's the thing where I could see why your point is saying on that. But besides all that, I think what the point of Legacy is where the whole the first Avengers team fought this big fucking powerful team. And it's kind of like a passing of a torch where there was the first Avenger team, and all the way up now, it's kind of like a Legacy type ordeal where we saw Ironheart, female Thor, and Captain Falcon kicking ass, and probably be the only time you'll see Captain Falcon in that book
ever again.
Yeah,
no, that's the last time you'll ever see him again. Now he's just gonna go back to being Falcon, which is a shame.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame, and it's also why? Why does this has to be the case? Like, I'm gonna say this right now. I'm gonna like give you like a hypothetical making sense. Like, out of all the people, if Bucky can't be Captain America, the logical answer would be the
Sam.
Falcon, because Falcon was don't just, I'm just gonna say it, and I'm being blunt. This is the way back in the '60s. It goes back where he was a sidekick to Captain America's book, or a partner, whichever you want to prefer, and he was a mainstay to that at a long period of time. So again, and I really just like, what was Mick Spencer's thinking or thought process of let's just divert Falcon to be.
No, here's the best problem. Who's Captain America now? Because Steve Rogers is not going to be Captain America. No one's Captain America. Bucky's Winter Soldier, so...
I think they're going to have Bucky become Captain America because of the movies. That's just how I think it.
But it is Steve Rogers Captain America now, because the Generation 1 shot for Captain America, so Falcon being kind of one last time, and then he went back to the present.
Okay, that book was dumb. Secondly, Steve Rogers not being Captain America right now because no one trusts him because of what happened in Secret Empire. So no one's
here's the thing on that. He's still gonna be Captain America. It's just it's gonna be like it's slowly people are gonna trust him because the damage of his twin brother, or should I say evil twin, literally did. It literally like, how can we trust you now? You just came out of the blue and literally kicked his ass, your twin's ass, but yet again, how can we trust you because you're evil twin? How can we know you're the real Captain America? I think that's the whole message. But again, I'm like, okay, I could see that. I don't know. I just don't know. I mean,
Why didn't they do an Instagram would be a dog rain event? That's what I heard. I took rumors. Instagram would be a dog rain event.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, we'll have to wait and see. Like, I'm hoping they do a good job on the whole direction what they want to go with.
Captain Hydra.
With Captain Hydra, because I think he could be a very great villain for major storylines, not just for Captain America, but Bucky, Falcon, and the Avengers team. And that would be a very great story. How this is Captain America, Hydra Captain America. And he knows everything by the Avengers book, and he could go inside and out, and he could literally do some manipulating shit, and just it would be fucking amazing. Really, it would be fucking awesome. But again,
Avengers, we're getting a 2-point crossover. Called No Surrender.
I know.
We need editors right now to rein these writers in and put some focus on it. Because one of the things I said was Captain America, Hydra Cap was constantly telling Sam Wilson, you were never fit to be Captain America, which is basically Nick Spencer saying it. And this is Secret Empire was Nick Spencer's political view on Trump.
Yeah.
That is true.
So we need somebody to rein them in. And I'm interested in what Tom Brevoort. Well, technically, we need to get rid of Tom Brevoort. Nick Spencer needs to go somewhere.
Slott.
Dan Slott needs to be out of Slott needs to shut up. That's what he needs to do.
Well, Slott could literally talk whatever the fuck he wants on literally politics. I don't give a fuck. Personally, I just don't care. As long as he doesn't put that shit in comics, I don't give a fuck. I mean, he could post whatever the fuck he wants. That's fine. I'll literally defend him on that. But my opinion saying is don't put that shit on Spider-Man. I swear to God, that's the only thing I'll say.
I'm gonna get a Venom crossover, like Venom Incorporated.
A Venom crossover is coming. But hold on, I'll be right back.
Like I said, if you really want to help Marvel, we really got to get a lot of people out and rebuild it from the ground up because all the good people left. They either left to DC or they went independent. And that's the problem right now.
About the comic book industry, from what I learned from the Batman and Bill, they get they get rid of the old writers, get in new ones, even if they're bad or not, and they get rid of those again and again and again. Problem is they're getting fresh meat. They're getting millennials.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with these millennials is they bring in their stupid agendas with them.
Yeah,
exactly.
Look at America.
Oh, dude, you can tell Gabby Rivers has never. She doesn't even know real Spanish.
Oh
She
my,
throws out random Spanish words that means
oh my
nothing.
god, that pisses me off.
Yeah, it's really not that good. Like,
It's like Piggy Hill writing for Marvel.
Peggy Hill just throwing out random Spanish words and assuming. That's why I say I like it with Diversity Comics. Some other people said they took away her Spanish card. Until she learns proper Spanish, she cannot be called a real Mexican. And you can tell the only reason Marvel hired her is because she was a lesbian writer who wrote like some
You know what's funny? I'm a straight guy.
independent piece.
I could write better comics when it comes to gay and lesbian. You know, if people tell me, "Hey, show me an example how you can write it." All right, here you go. I wrote down like a page, and they're like, "Oh shit, you could write it better than an actual gay person." I'm like, "Well, because I have surrounded with friends that are gay."
Her book is both homophobe and prejudiced because it seems anytime that a white person shows up in this book, they're immediately the enemy in America's heavens.
That's just weird.
It's like she's racist.
Well, then again, that's just like a gay guy acting like a straight guy.
But a gay guy doesn't just automatically just be racist to a white person in general.
Yeah.
Her book is just like the Black Panther and the Crew. You can tell that the root of, and you can tell he's pretty much prejudiced or something because he really, really hammers down the idea that white people are evil.
Speaking of Black Panther went to space and now he's in the Galactic Empire.
Wasn't he like a hater of Tony Stark in the first Civil War comic?
No, apparently he tried. He didn't enter the Civil War because Tony Stark said in order to talk to the president, he had to sign the Superhuman Registration Act. They said screw that. It never happened.
Nope.
Yeah.
But I'll just say this. With Marvel, like I feel like what Marvel needs is literally just go back to being basic. Doesn't matter how you do it, just do it. The problem.
Bring Joe Quesada back, please.
Indeed. No, wait, bring Joe Quesada back. No, I think get rid of Joe Quesada so we fix Spider-Man.
No, Joe Quesada, at least he actually appreciated Marvel Comics. The people who are in charge clearly don't.
Yeah, I'll give Joe Quesada. Even though I hate him one day, I'll give him this. He did make Marvel profitable again.
No, see, the problem is all the female characters are getting short hair, and they're all losing their boobs. Almost none of the females have boobs anymore. They took that away.
The Marvel has up and downs. Like I informed my uncle of what's going on. He thinks some of it's a bad idea, some of it's a good idea. But he hasn't read comics since the '90s, and I don't know. It's just.
Like I said, all the women are getting short hair, they're being boobs, and they're becoming lesbians. Almost everybody's becoming gay. There's almost no straight relationship.
Which is weird. I don't.
That's what's in right now, but
because that's what's hot in today's society.
It's the '60s of what's hot. '60s, segregation, discrimination, bam. '70s, the drugs. '80s, blah blah blah. Everything.
I can accept that. Why Iceman? Why Bobby?
Why? Because they just did it because
most people always turn homosexual.
That too, and also another thing. I'll just say this even more. I'll just say it more. It's one, they had to get like a friendly, a familiar face. If they throw in some new face in there, no one would really give a fuck. Seriously, no one really would.
I gotta talk about Bunker. I cared about Bunker. He was the best thing in Teen Titans.
I love Bunker.
True.
Those fans. He'll say, "Oh, let's say bring in a new character. It's create it where it has to be the stereotype." That's the problem. You make characters. You make a character based on a stereotype, and it fits it. That's when people start complaining. If you put in the character that's existing, you'd be like, "Oh, we didn't know that." Look what happened to Sulu in Star Trek.
That's true.
The actor was
Never
gay.
seen Star Trek, so I have.
Okay, here's the thing. Sulu was a straight
according
man.
to George McKay, he always played the character straight.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true.
But then an alternate version came out. The writer believes, okay, let's make Sulu gay, but he has a child. So it could be like, oh, he's out of the closet after his marriage, either during the marriage or when the wife died.
I can see that being a
How
case.
about we make Peter Parker gay? If you want to make a character, if you want to make a statement, make Spider-Man gay.
You know what? Here's the thing. He gets hit on, guys, and all that. I'm okay with it.
Everybody, there's a small.
I mean, come on,
There's a weird fandom
his jokes kind of show that he's kind of bisexual, if you think about it.
No, there's this weird fandom on DeviantArt that ships Deadpool with Peter Parker.
What?
They've been doing that forever.
Yeah,
So like, why don't you just pick Spider-Man? Like Bobby.
I mean, like, why Bobby? He's, again,
it's like what Edgar said, a familiar face.
A familiar face. They're not going to.
Spider-Man is more.
Well, again, I'm like, you're missing. I don't know. You see my point or not? They're not going to care about this new character. They're not going to give a fuck about anything. They're only care
with the character, with the stereotype, like I said earlier. Nobody's going to care. People are going to complain. Oh, they made him because he's gay. But if it's a Curry character, oh, that's interesting. He probably had problems or something. He was probably sexually abused.
No.
The funny thing is, what happened to that story where Peter was actually molested by his uncle? One of his uncles or something.
Oh, shit, that did happen.
Why did that change him? Usually, when it comes to homosexuality, there's the reason why a person becomes that. It can be either they're close to their mothers or they were sexually abused.
See,
even though
I see your point. That's why you said.
What?
No, I see your point. You said a familiar face. I said, is a Spider-Man even more recognized character? So why didn't you just pick Spider-Man?
Because nobody knows that story though. If they knew that story,
yeah, exactly.
Maybe my mom's gay.
No. Here's the thing.
Yeah, that did happen.
I'll just say this. Let me say this. The reason why they haven't picked Spider-Man is because they're always going to have female and male readers going to read him, and that's just how it is.
And he's the money maker. They make him bisexual or any kind of thing by profit.
Yeah. He's I agree with Brendan totally. He is a massive profit that they make, and they don't want to use it. The reason why Iceman returned gay, he's not a main fucking character that literally cares for the general audience. Maybe old readers
loved Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends.
Yeah, exactly.
In the 60s.
I mean, like,
why not Beast or Angel? They're mainstays, or make Cyclops gay. You're already making him out to be a villain.
Actually, no. President Cyclops dead. Remember, he died.
Well, that already happened.
Virgin is still alive.
I mean, like,
that's the one.
That's what was bound to happen. I mean, look at the fucked up things that happened to him.
That's
losing
true.
Jean.
Shit.
And the team.
Magneto was always right. Magneto was always right. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
I hate to say Magneto was right. Damn it! I hate Magneto. What was Professor X? Actually,
Professor X. Like, that's the thing where even though like Magneto was right, they always have this debate on can mutants coexist with humans, and there had sometimes there were Magneto was right, sometimes Professor was right. It's like it goes a back and forth kind of debate. It's like politics.
Yeah.
How things are. Right now, one person's right is wrong. Both of them could be wrong.
I mean,
see, the problem was that they try to replace them with the Inhumans, and they try to make it seem like everyone was okay with the Inhumans.
Treat them like immigrants.
No.
That's how I see it.
Like, here's the thing about why they made that shit they made the Inhuman race into a race. Like, I'll say this right now. The reason why they did it is because the fucking movies.
We all know that.
Yeah.
And that's the thing where they don't have X-Men. If they don't have X-Men, they're gonna find the ways to evolve their universe, and they're gonna have some tweaks and turns, and that's the cause of. And how you should kind of thank that.
Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
Scarlet Quicksilver.
Like how they
I know. Scarlet Quicksilver actually they had a U-boat for that. Scarlet Quicksilver actually not.
It never was Magneto's children.
Yeah, they were.
It never was his children.
They're recon over and over throughout years.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean,
that'll be cool. Oh, Magneto's kids. Just to say, Magneto actually settled down.
Yep, that is kind of true. So in a way, it went full circle.
I mean, that would work because that shit, they knew that would have worked easily because they know they were going to use those characters. Granted, I kind of feel like Fox and Marvel had to went to a deal okay, we'll allow you to use Scarlet Witch, but you got to kill off Quicksilver. And that's
here's the thing. I was here's the thing that made me mad. Like Inhumans and in Death of X, people were getting half ready.
I
People
was
were
mad
happy
about that.
to realize, hey, if I'm an Inhuman, I'm going to get superpowers. But you guys were ostracizing mutants because they had powers.
Yeah, Death of X is stupid. That would made me mad. But Death of
You
X was so
contradicted yourselves, and they don't realize that. That's what really pissed me off.
same.
Oh, okay. I could see it. I could get that argument.
Speaking of Death of X, sorry.
What bothers me on the Inhumans is literally this, and also the X-Men. Okay, now you made these two races, and you went to having a humongous war. Are they going to have it where they're going to have a unite alliance to these humans and mutant race, and have a team up to do some? They have to fight this hybrid mutant and human type character, because I feel like that's bound to happen now, because they made two races now. They have two races.
No, they tried it. Bendis tried and they failed. They retconned the Beyonder into being a human, and they retconned Beyonder to being both an Inhuman and a mutant, and that sucked.
Yeah,
that doesn't tell. Like, yeah, they sucked once. They'll do it again. That's the thing. Marvel likes to take on ideas, and they like to use ideas and just go forward. But yeah.
Well, here's the thing though, how I see both mutants and Inhumans. I feel like it's just like Star Trek. The Vulcans and the Romulans. That's how I see it. You know, the Vulcans are the original, and the Romulans are what the old cells are. What if the Inhumans are actually the evolved form of mutants?
I can see it being okay, but the problem with doing that is that the Kree had to experiment on Inhuman.
That's what I'm saying. It's like when Magneto said in one of the movies, "God takes forever."
That's true.
Mutants are the evolved forms of humans.
Yeah, and then humans are the next stage of the evolution. Because we see that some of the characters are evolving. Look at Beast. He evolved a lot.
Problem was that humans,
the 60s.
The mutants were humans that were experimented on the Celestials, and the Celestials put extreme potential into their X gene, where it's been proven that Inhumans are two different things. Their genes cannot be compatible, because when mutants are exposed to the Terrigen Mist, before they died. Yeah, but they retconned it again, where when mutants are originally exposed to the Terrigen Mist, they had all kinds of side effects, but now it's just they straight up die. But back then, Inhumans and these genes were just too damn different.
Yeah, but they did that in one of the X-Men comics where Sinister was experimenting with the Terrigen Mist, and Cyclops came out like this half-breed.
Yeah, that was weird. I think that was a clone, I think. Wasn't it? I'm not sure.
Everything's weird because when it comes to X-Men, everything's weird. Like Madeline Pryor, when Cyclops said, "You know, fuck this clone who had my child. I'm gonna go back to my real life."
Yeah.
Also, another thing. I'm gonna say this right now. Do you think young X-Men are gonna go back to their own timeline?
I think it's gonna happen now that OG Wolverine's back and now OG Jean Grey coming back.
But yet again.
I liked young Cyclops. I liked how the character he was. I loved his solo comic.
But I'll just say this. If they do, I think it won't happen. This is the one thing I feel like it won't happen, and I think there's two things they could go. They can make it where the Jean Grey she's like alive, and they make some bullshit poll, and where I could see Marvel doing like they always like do bullshit polls, and you know and that's something I just find them more and more of apparent. Honestly, I feel like it will happen. But also I feel like if they do, the Marvel universe will be completely fucking fucked.
Well,
actually,
no, I'll tell you why. No, I'll tell you why. This is the reason why I think it'll be fucked, because the problem was of this, the problem is these young X-Men has seen way too much of their future. They've seen so much.
Too much.
Yeah, and experienced too much. They literally seen so much that where they're literally doing all this shit, and I'm like, oh my god, if they go back, it will practically be a fucking flashpoint.
It'll be Age of Ultron after more.
No. It won't be an
The only way they can do it is if you erase it all from their memories. But why hasn't none of this affected their present day counterparts?
Good question.
because the story plot line.
Well, that's what Marvel does. They don't do the whole DC like DC does it. Things happen, but Marvel, nope. We're gonna keep going. We're just gonna keep going. Nothing happened.
We're gonna keep
That's why the Jean Grey generations made no sense, because Jean Grey of the past made her future version, except her future version didn't know any of the stuff that she knew.
That confused the hell out of me.
Well, that's probably not the it's probably the Phoenix Force gene, not the original gene.
That could be also the case too.
Speaking of the X-Men,
because they're bringing her back in December, so yeah.
Like your point theory on the whole, like that could be the Phoenix Force. I could see that definitely. It could be like just the Phoenix just using the vessel, or just using the body of Jean as like a body or whatever. And I could see that a lot, because you look at the original way back BC, whatever the fuck, of her incarnation. No. The first body way back where she met before Jean, and she had a relationship.
With Odin. That did happen.
Yeah, like she had a body. So I'm like, in Legacy, so I'm like,
it's an entity. It needs to go on a host that's worthy. Like Jean was apart from mutant, that's why it mimicked her.
Speaking of the X-Men, I want to actually talk about Jimmy Hudson. Jimmy Hudson is going to go back to Open Universe, since the Open Universe because it's going to come back.
I don't think he's ever going to run away, because he's going to be a wide receiver to be like, he's going to stay like Miles is. Here's the thing. I don't care. Like, personally, I don't know why they're bringing back the Ultimate Universe. The Ultimate Universe is such a point now. It's dead. There's no point of the universe to go forward. In fact, that like
the one who brought it back probably has a plan for them.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, like, exactly.
Big's happening.
There's something to read. Miles is here. There's no reason to go back there.
Yeah. Though in the Ultimate Universe, Miles' mother was killed by the second Venom.
Yeah, it wasn't Eddie Brock, but another Venom, which confused me, because I thought Eddie Brock was
retelling his Ultimate Origins again. Why was he retelling that story?
Yeah, that pissed me off.
Because like no. Well, I'll tell you why. I told this to Debbie, and he kind of like doesn't really see the fucking logic. The reason why they put that retelling his origin is because they wanted to have it fit in the Marn
universe.
Except we have another Miles Morales who worked with the Kingpin.
Again, we don't know fully on what blood type is he in, or this and that. Is he fully like the Miles, or just like he just has a name, just the same name that Miles has? Mind you, people have like the same names for everybody in the world.
No. This is like the same Miles that was being hinted at since Spider-Man, the first time.
Yeah, I know that, and they probably shelved it because Marvel didn't want to do it, and they did that shit with the Clone Saga. They've done that with so many other storylines.
I think it's because they had plans. They had plans for later. It's like what they said.
Jonathan Hickman was already doing Time Runs Out. It was already happening, so they had to show that.
Plus, they have plans for the next 13, 18 years. That's why we didn't see that, because they distracted us with newer events, and then when they brought that up, we're like, oh shit, this happened.
Didn't they also do with the Clone Saga? Even the woman they got kind of Clone Saga out of existence?
No, they're not going to retcon it out of existence, Tevia. They're not.
Despite the fact it's dumb, it happened. And there's been occasional references over the years, but I highly doubt they're going to retcon something that Marvel basically bullcrapped on.
Plus, didn't
really done a big
Spider-Man comic of Ben Reilly mention how he was cloned over and over?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. They can't recon that. It's dumb. That it's like me at a panel asking the guy who wrote it, why'd you recon it when you mentioned it in this issue? Just like what they did in DC Comics with Robin Omega. They said, oh, this is a new universe. Okay, then why the hell did you mention the first meeting of Ra's al Ghul that happened in Uncosmic? Why did you mention the death of Superman when you had New 52 Superman in this universe?
Exactly.
Blackest Night, they also referenced Blackest Night, even though most people didn't even know it happened.
Yep, they did.
Yeah, so if Marvel does that, you can question them like, okay, why'd you say this if it never happened? Why are you saying these stuff? Why are you saying that, oh, Rachel Summers exists? and saying that she got retconned, that she was never born. Why?
Why is it cable exist? Why is it
That's telling you. That's
Why
telling
is
you
it-
that all the writers are not in the writer's circle discussing the future of their stories.
That's true. You do
At
make it.
least
Well,
John's
let's-
actually tried. John's
Like
tried to
this.
fix it in Dark Side War.
Like this
He
would be
tried to fix that with Mitron.
Jeff Johns told him the idea for the event that's going on with Superman.
What's this rebirth?
Yes, they sat
And they
together.
got together and wrote it.
Yeah,
Yep.
Marvel
Yeah,
is having a
amazing.
bad habit with doing that too. Not doing what they're doing. Sit in the writers room, discuss the future. They're saying, "Oh, we're discussing it," but when you read a comic, it looks like they're not. So DC, you can tell they're planning. They got together and planned. That's what they have with New 52. You got a new writer. They go to the important events.
Like
When you got
Grant
a
Morrison's
there
reason
you
why
go.
George Perez left.
Yeah, Grant Morrison.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Grant
there you
Morrison.
go.
Yeah, they're the
The
mess.
flow comes back. If you get a new writer that is paying attention to what's going on, the flow comes back.
That's
If you
true.
don't get a writer that does that, the flow is gone and then your story is shit.
I say in Dark Side War, at least I'm glad Jeff Johns actually retconned it. Was that only the new gods and certain people actually remember all these reboots because they said Final Crisis, Infinite Crisis, Crisis on Infinite Earth, it all happened
And
again and again and
Zero
again.
having too.
Yeah.
Is
The problem is that Marvel is not doing that big retreat anymore. Their writers aren't coming together to talk about what's going to happen for the next year. They're just letting it happen.
They just say, "Oh yeah, you can do that." No, you cannot do that. But they don't explain to them like, "Oh, you want to do this with Spider-Man? You want to make him hook up with this because this is okay. Do it." No, they say, "Nope, you can't do that." They hear the idea is either yes or no.
Speaking of Spider-Man and Venom,
Bendis is the biggest sinner because everything that goes on his books never gets referenced in other books because he doesn't want people to mess up his continuity. Like Infamous Iron Man took place before Secret Empire.
Scar Spider took weekend before Secret Empire, and then they retcon and they would issue a Scar Spider, so it took me after Secret Empire. What? That's confusing. I got Scar Spider took me before Secret Empire, but then it said after Secret Empire. Like, it really got blown up.
Yeah,
So,
that is something that kind of bugged me. Like, why in the world did they have to have it where in the actual main event where they had to have the Hydra blow up Las Vegas? That basically made no sense at all.
Oh, and then COVID didn't bring them back. They said it's something so everybody can remember. The
and Benoit is
millions of people are dead.
and it's intact. What? Did I miss anything? I thought Vegas got blown up.
Thanks.
Oh, be
It did.
Oh, then why
Okay.
Scar Spider?
Yeah,
issue
Vegas
6?
did blow up, but here's kind of the thing. Why wasn't Ben Reilly showing his Secret Empire, showing his reaction seeing Las Vegas blow up, except that we don't see his reaction until we see it in his own book? That really made no sense.
Why Kane there? Actually, speaking of Kane,
So I got to point this out, Sivia. Ben Reilly is by far the second superhero to operate out of Las Vegas. The first one was the Hulk.
that happened? Huh? I know
Yeah,
about that.
back in the 80s during Pierre David's run. He had a thing for about 2 or 3 years when he was Joe Fixit. When he worked as a bouncer at the casino.
Huh? Interesting. Because I thought Joe fixed it in a Spider-Man comic and doing like a Cosmic Palace.
Joe Fixit is one of the ultimate personalities of the Hulk. He's basically, he's basically the Gray Hulk. He's basically intelligent, but he's not as stupid as the Green Hulk is.
Interesting. Actually, speaking of Venom, Scar Spider, I could be asked. Oh wait, what's the plan on Lee Price coming back? When?
What?
Oh, okay.
Well,
I was about
what's
to
the
say,
plan Lee Price coming back as Maniac?
actually, we have to wrap this up in about a minute or two because I have some things to do. But I was going to say that also we're having I'm going to do another podcast for anime.
Okay. What
Okay,
anime are we going to do it on?
After we get off the broadcast, but let's just just do our outros real quick.
Should we get thoughts?
yeah, do your final thoughts, and you can do your outros, and then we can talk about that after.
Okay. My final thought on Marvel Legacy versus you. Honestly, I think Marvel Legacy one shot was not bad. Not it was okay at best, but it wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It's okay, but it generated more questions and no answers. And after the future Marvel Legacy, I don't know how to feel. I'm 50-50. I'm not excited for all the books. One book I'm excited for the universe, but either I'm scared. But that book is an 8-year time jump. It's not worries me a lot because I love that book. Hopefully, the future Marvel gets better and we get rid of all the bad writers and we get some good writers. And
Okay, Nick. Oh, you got
I'll do my
anything else?
outro.
To say?
Oh, sorry.
You go, Nick.
Nick?
Yeah, I'm still here. I thought it was a pretty decent issue for what it was. I had some minor problems with it, but I thought the highlight of the issue was seeing Robert Reyes Ghost Rider versus Starbrand.
Same.
Yeah, not me. It's
And
more
you
of the
can
1
find me
million
at-
BC event.
Yeah, that too. And you can find me on my YouTube channel. You also can follow me on Google Plus and Twitter.
Ray? Any final thoughts?
Well, both Legacy and Rebirth I see big things happening with Legacy. I want my questions answered of the whole why the Celestials are coming back
I'm back.
and how Jean Grey is involved in this. And yeah, you can follow me on Twitch under Suno Kinetic. You can follow me on Superior Nerdum's YouTube, which is Superior Nerdum 616, and Maximum Nerdum's YouTube, which is Maximum Nerdum. And you can find me on Twitter at Red Krypton.
And Edgar?
And you can follow me on Comic Fan 1992. You can also follow me on all kinds of platforms on Facebook and Twitter, all that crap. And I'll be doing my own fucking thoughts on Marvel very soon. And let's just say that.
Oh,
But
you got any?
anyways,
Oh, I was gonna say, you got any final thoughts?
I'll just keep it brief. Marvel better fucking work on your shit on Legacy. And I swear to God, you fuck up Ragnarok. Let's just say you're gonna have massive criticism from me for many, many years. That's all I'll say. But anyway, I'll see you guys later.
See you, man.
Okay.
Oh, I know. I'll get my outro. You can follow my YouTube testimony. You can follow my video, my Twitter, and you can follow BidMe. Yeah, I have a video account now. Thank you for joining for 101. Sorta. And
And we'll see you guys next time.